Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So yeah,
we have time.
Harry Potter 3.
Yeah, Harry Potter
present
3. The PC version. Yeah, you can say something, Nick. So sorry, I'm not trying to cut into your...
So yeah, we have cutscenes in this game, first of all, that we can skip. We can skip some of them, but that means we will actually watch a bunch of the story, which is a good thing in my opinion.
It's good for memes.
True, it has awesome memes in them. Especially the beginning will be somewhat slow because of a lot of cutscenes, but it has some neat tricks overall in the whole train section, for example.
Yeah, and this game has recently changed. I mean, the speed run. It used to be called Penny% when I submitted the run, and now it's called Any% because we found a new skip in the game.
Yeah, basically our definition of any percent is reach the credits.
Yeah, and we managed to reach the credits quickly. Yay! That's what we're gonna see today.
Before we had to basically complete a list of requirements that involved a lot of stupid mini games at the end of the game, and there was recently someone who found a trigger that was just placed in a door and that warps you to the credits. So the run is like 20 minutes shorter now.
Yeah, this is the tutorial section on the train, as you can see, and it's kind of long and lots of cutscenes. Actually, around 4 minutes of cutscenes in the run.
It is like the cutscene hell.
And the first
it has art.
Trick is coming up called Scabbard Skip, which I probably failed.
Nah, you get it.
I did. I failed it. Never mind. That's just marathon luck.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's like 6 seconds.
It's not too bad, a few seconds lost.
The basic idea is to jump on the luggage that's next to there and jump over the cutscene trigger. It's kind of tight though. It's tight timing, so...
Yeah, it's not a hard trick, but it's easy to miss. And there's no going back after that. That's
basically
just
the point.
marathon luck, I think.
Yeah, marathon luck. If that happens in the run, that's usually where you reset.
We don't skip up the save book because they actually lose us some seconds. We just go around them if it's possible. And now an interesting trick is coming up called turn casting, which is basically wall hacking in the game. We should normally open this cabinet here, but we won't open it. We're just gonna turn at this turn cast at the statue, which is in the cabinet.
Yeah, a little maybe interesting trivia about that is that was actually found like 100% on accident by a runner named Westwood, and he was just mad at the game and like flicked his mouse around and randomly got a turn cast. So thanks to him we have this awesome trick now.
And now another cutscene, and we're gonna have a fun little mini game in the chat called how many pages are we going to get. So a maximum we can get here is 7 pages, which is the best RNG, and the minimum is 3, I guess. Did anybody ever get a 2? I don't think so. Thanks for the positivity, guys. 3 and 7, how many pages? Let's see. It's
so
always
basically
fun.
what's supposed to happen is that 7 pages spawn, but for some reason sometimes they despawn, and yeah, up to 4 can despawn.
Oh, it's a 6. That's decent.
Not too bad.
And the point here is that if Ron hits a page for the final time, we're fucked. Every page, I'm sorry for the swearing, I mean we are screwed. Like this one here. I'm banned from the marathon forever.
Rip. Yeah, if Ron destroys a page, you don't deal damage to the book, and we obviously want to do damage.
Yeah.
It's like we say it's 2 to 3 seconds if one page is despawning or Ron hits a page that you lose.
Yeah, for the final hit only Harry's spellcasting counts, which is kinda inconvenient for the speedrun.
Yep.
We're nearing the end of the tutorial section. The whole game is the tutorial, but like the very basic introduction is coming to an end soon.
Yeah, running, climbing, doing spells. That's basically what train is for.
Yeah. The game shouldn't be too hard, too loud now.
Yeah,
The vendors are crazy loud, but
yep.
probably it's better now. Thanks for the go PB and the others. I appreciate all the support, guys. What's out there? It's basically RNG which one of these three objects is popping up first to be able to cast it. In this case it was the cage first, which is good, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
It doesn't really matter, actually.
It matters a tiny bit as far as I know.
Yeah, a few milliseconds.
Yeah, and this is an interesting part because cutscene skipping is actually an art in this game. This is the only speed game I know where cutscene skipping actually matters. It matters how you spam the cutscene skipping button. If you fail it, you get into a loop, which is a huge time loss. So you have to learn how to spam at certain cutscenes.
Your new defense against the dark arts teacher.
I'm not entirely sure why that's a thing, but it is in this game.
I don't know. It's
I try
probably
not to
because
tilt.
Would you please join
sometimes there are like several cutscenes after each other or something. That's probably what causes it.
Hermione's loads better at spells.
It's something to do with multiple cutscenes, yeah.
Just step through this door to begin.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
And this section is actually the most fun part of the speedrun, but at the same time the most irritating one as well, because it's the hardest one. It's called Carpe Retractum, named after the spell. And we're doing basically Tarzan strings here, which you will see using
There are 10 challenge shields
this
scattered
pulling
around the chapel.
spell that we
Some
are going to
Find all 10
learn
shields
from
to earn a visit to
Lupin.
the main bonus room. If you don't find
But
all
we're
the
not
shields
using
on first try,
the intended way, of
always
course,
come back.
which is a great speedrun strat and really hard to master one as well.
Let's get started.
You should see it in a few seconds and you will understand what I mean.
To pull yourself towards something, or to pull something towards you.
Yeah, it's just supposed to pull you towards the object you cast at.
Yeah,
That's
or
what
pull
the game
something towards you,
intends.
as Lupin just said.
Yeah, true.
I don't do the first trick here because it's really hard in my opinion.
Excellent.
But I do most of the tricks on Carpe, so...
So that's how the spell is supposed to look. Like you get pulled
Yeah,
towards something, you can pull stuff,
Oh.
and the next room we
You
will
can
see
jump over
what
gates like
it's
this
not
one.
supposed to look.
Hold
But
down
Yeah, I'll go for my skip.
When you get to the edge, continue holding the arrow key and press the right mouse
Oh,
button
if
to
I
jump.
failed it.
Carpe Retractum can also be used on certain ropes.
That's
Now
unfortunate.
give it a go.
yeah, it's a hard spell. Probably the hardest in Carpe.
I wouldn't say the hardest, but
It's
it's
one of
just
the
a
hardest.
marathon. It's not a huge time loss. I usually go for the safer strats,
Very friendly.
but it's fun to mess around in this
It
section
might
of the
throw
game.
exploding wizard
Imps
crackers.
are really
Spells
annoying parts of the
may
run.
not be effective in this situation. Try
Yeah.
not to let the wizard
I'm
crackers
kind of
should
sad
probably
that I
also-
couldn't show that great
When
swing,
they
but
land, you can pick them up.
it is
Your
what it
favorite
is.
swing.
Be careful. If you're not quick enough,
We should
the
also
crackers
mention
will
that, like,
explode.
you see in the top left corner his FPS.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you see on stream. Oh yeah, you do.
should.
Because you have to cap your FPS at 60 actually for this game to not softlock here. So if you want to play it casually, like make sure to
no.
install the frame capping software. Otherwise, the imp does just not do anything, and the game softlocks basically.
Yeah, and the imps are kind of RNG, kind of. We can manipulate them, sort of. But the point is with the imps, we want to do them the most optimal way, because this is a speedrun. Let's not fail this trick here. This is a very nice trick. We're going to basically do the whole room in one swing. Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
We basically skipped the save book there with the Carpe spell, because the spell is active, the save book is not getting activated. Yes.
So yeah, you could probably see how carpet swings work a bit, because the whole physics of getting pulled towards something is just messed up when you're in the air. So if you do it right, and you jump at the right angle, you can maneuver in the air.
Again as needed to knock the fire crab into the trap.
These crabs are just annoying because they don't want to go where they belong.
They also RNG, like where they spawn. It's not a big time loss if they spawn in bad positions, but it's annoying.
It's kind of a meme that this room is my enemy. I used to fail this a lot, but not anymore.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
We skipped a great part of this level.
Yeah, by just carpet swinging around.
Yeah,
that's basically what broke HP3.
You can play a lot around with carpet swings. It's a really fun part of the game. And there are some runners in our community who can do insane tricks with carpet.
Yep. There's like a trick in Carpe Final which comes up later. I think it's double frame perfect or something. It's like super tight, and there's only one runner right now who can do it.
So this segment I manipulated the imps by not looking at the... There were two sets basically, and I was only looking at one of the sets. And the other set stayed motionless. Which is good because they stay together, and I can kill them more easily. Basically we use the upward momentum of the blocks here to get boosted over.
Unfortunately, you didn't find
You would
all the
normally
challenges.
not be able to
You'll
do
need
that.
all 10 to unlock the bean bonus room. So,
It was
Yeah,
a
you're
decent
supposed
carpet.
to give the challenge
One of
another
the
go.
three things to build the bridge, but we use the momentum.
My favorite part of the run is coming.
Yeah, the trick where new runners struggle with a lot, and even runners that know the game can take several tries here. It is super precise. So basically what he's trying to do is to jump at the right moment, the right angle, to slide up onto the torch, and then jump over the gate. It is really precise, so...
I will do it. I don't know why it's not working now, but we'll get over it when we do.
You will get there. No stress.
It's hard not to stress on this level.
True.
Not
It's
sure why
like
it's
a
not
really
working.
And it killed a bunch of PBs already.
And apparently my marathon run. Finally! We got there.
That's
kind of annoying.
Probably the biggest skip in the whole game, because it skips like a section where you're supposed to go up to Fred and George's shop and fight Peeves and have a bunch of cutscenes. I don't even know how long it is, but it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes or something. It's super long, and we skip all of that.
Yeah, it was first try, everybody saw that, right? I usually do it out of 3 tries normally, but I guess marathon stress is having the best of me. Thanks,
Probably.
Rect, you suck as well.
What's that thing? I hope Hagrid doesn't expect us to touch it.
Our community is great, by the way. I suggest everybody to try these games if anybody's interested in running Harry Potter games.
I'll be teaching.
Really friendly
it's
people. Lots of them are in the chat now and
He's a hypocrite.
And trash
talking
talking.
smack,
You'll be learning
Yeah.
how to ride it.
like expected.
You first, Harry. Just walk up to Beaky and give him a bow.
This section is basically an auto-scroller. You can do small optimizations, but nothing special. We want to fly through the rings here. And we only need 15. It's hard to
It's
miss
really
this one, but every runner has to fail it at one point, not collecting 15.
It's basically 3D Flappy Bird. You have like one button and movement. So you can press fly and he flies up, but you cannot really control it.
Let's not fail it on the marathon run.
It's hard to fail it though.
Yeah. You only fail it if you're really zoning out of the game.
Yeah. If you concentrate a tiny bit, you should like get it every time.
Yeah, it's
But it
super
happened.
easy. My route is not even
like everyone.
like the most dangerous one.
Got it.
Yeah, I try to sell the HP community, and that's what they're doing.
Also, maybe worth noticing in the old any percent that before we found the skip that warps us to the credits pretty much at the end, we had to do 4 of those butt beak flying sections, for example. That's one of the mini games we had to beat, and that was all skipped with a new skip. That's why it saves about like 25 minutes until
courses to fly and all, and you can win a collector's card.
get a perfect score.
This is a great cutscene, by the way. I recommend paying attention.
You great ugly brute. I'm flying. Look at me. It's killed me.
You're not dying.
We have a lot of good
You think
memes.
you'll be all right?
You're not
Pretty much
dying
every
is one of them.
We cannot get yeah, you're not dying is one of them.
Bet Malfoy will make something out of this.
You're not dying.
Poor Malfoy. So sometimes it's good that we can skip cutscenes. Usually it's annoying, but that one specifically is always great to watch.
Ha ha ha.
Ooh, looky.
Oh, I need to do something in chat
The
really quick.
infamous Beeves is here, and we're going to fight him, which is not the best fight in video game history, but a decent one.
I bet we could beat
He can
It's a
trick
pretty
us by hiding behind columns and stuff. It happened before, I think, to all of us.
Yeah. There's like one spot he can go into where you cannot hit him for some reason, and you have to kind of go around the pillar. But it's basically just triple cast and then cover truck him.
We try to be quick and release the stuff a bit earlier, but it's not always working. Triple casting is, or triple casting is really buggy in the game, or cope casting, as some people call it.
It also only matters like once Harry's spell hits. So the other 2 spells actually don't matter. Once Harry hits, he gets stunned. So we kind of try to get Harry as close to Peeves as possible, if we can influence it.
Better get on to Transfiguration class. Peeves has probably made us late.
Hello,
Another
and
cutscene.
welcome to Transfiguration class.
but with another good
One
meme,
of the most advanced
called
transfiguration
Hermface,
spells
which you will
enables a
see.
wizard to become an
We have the
animagus.
emote available on
Animagus can
FFZ here,
transform themselves
apparently,
into animals
which is a great
Oh, do
thing.
we?
back into people. For example,
So, yeah,
It's probably the longest block
that's
of
an
cutscenes in
impressive
the game.
animation. And that was Hermface. Like, that's another impressive piece of animation right there.
Considering how old this game is, I think the animation's actually so. It's like 2003.
Three, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
werewolf cannot
I mean,
control its
there were games with
transformation.
better animation at that time, but
Now for
it's
today's
it's okay
lesson, the
for a kid's
Draconicus
game.
It's
and
decent.
Metaphors spells.
For a grown-ups game, I mean.
Perhaps you'd grace the
Of course.
class by having a
It's-
go at the
it's a serious game.
exercise I've prepared.
Don't forget shields, by the way.
Oh, yes!
Oh yeah,
If
Transfig,
you'll
thanks for
just
reminding
step
me.
through this door, then
We are going for the sub goal,
The incentive.
or not the incentive, I mean. Yeah, sub goal. It's kind of similar.
let's begin with the
So,
last
So,
I'm going to not collect stuff here. I mean, I'm going to collect stuff here.
The
We shouldn't
transformation
normally
of a small
collect
object into a rabbit.
shields.
Like-
Correct, Miss Granger. 5 house points
You need to
per
collect
window.
10 shields per challenge to get into the bean bonus room.
Yeah,
And people
You'll
like the
then
bean
be able
bonus
to
rooms.
control
Yeah,
the
it was my
transfigured rabbit.
favorite thing as a child.
Use the arrow keys to move
Yeah,
the rabbit
same.
in the desired direction.
This level has some interesting text to look out for, which we will tell you about, of course.
Forward arrow key. Well done.
The bunny is actually quicker when you're jumping, but you have to like time the jumps at an interval to actually use that momentum.
Mouse button to chew or dig.
Spell will stop on its own. Splendid, Miss Green.
We can
Yeah, for
skip
some
this
reason the-
cutscene, but it's not saving any time if you skip it. Interestingly, but I had a weird input there. Sorry.
Another turn cast here that just happened to like get control of the bunny a bit earlier. But yeah, the bunny for some reason, when you just walk and don't jump, he switches between accelerating and decelerating, and that is kind of slow, and he doesn't do that in the air.
Yeah. Exactly. This is another skip called skip, which I got first try. We're basically spamming the 2 jump buttons actually.
Now let's move on to the draconic forest.
Yeah, we slide up the slope, and that happens by spamming jump. It's kind of weird, but it works.
Oh no. I got it. What we're doing here is called leg jumping, and I won't tell you about it because I kind of want to concentrate it. I got it, nice. Basically what we did here is use the game engine's mistakes or faults to create a leg which boosts us a bit forward, and we can make that jump, which we normally shouldn't be able to make.
Good job, Gwenlane, that first try, by the way. That is a somewhat inconsistent trick. It also kind of depends on your PC. Like, if your PC is really bad, you tend to get it a lot easier. There's also like another strat for it that just involves you going to the menu and pressing print screen to also like induce lag.
But that
What Zolly
doesn't
did
work
was,
for
like-
me consistently.
Yeah, he doesn't like the other strat that works, which is changing the world detail.
Yeah,
As long as you game, you're good.
we can collect more than... Oh. I got it, nice. That was actually a really good transfig for me. Oh, don't forget the shield. Oh, I almost did. That would have been painful.
That would have been bad, yeah.
Oh, that's the only one that we don't need to change. Oh, my
We
mistake.
kind of tricked the room before.
I normally don't run the other categories like Hundo in the game, so I'm not 100% sure about the collectibles all the time. But the Hundo runners are not always sure either, as far as I know.
It's repulsive.
Yeah, we have an incentive, Marek, to collect the shields and go to the bean bonus room.
You can jump on top of it to see if it will produce a reward.
Oh, I missed the jump.
Also, don't ask what kind of creature that is. Like, even HP runners don't know. It's a weird thing they created for some reason.
We would normally
Doesn't
just
look like it belongs.
run
in Harry
across
Potter.
this room, but we need that shield that is hidden here. What is happening to me? One more imp fight is coming, which is always fun time. But I had good luck on that, sort of. It's all skill, by the way. Okay, let's not forget to collect the shield.
Yeah, for the imps you obviously want them to be together, so you can get doubles or triples, maybe even quadruples. Because it's faster than just killing them one by one, obviously.
Okay, we got all the shields.
Nice.
My favorite trick. Oh no. We actually want to jump a bit of this section. I guess I will do it slowly.
Yeah, the infamous maze skip. It is a really tight trick. Like, you don't have much time to jump once you're on the door.
I got it
And
decently.
it's weird. doesn't even skip as much as you would think, because that maze is actually not long, but it's a neat
Normally
trick.
you wouldn't be happy with
that.
what I just did, but it's a marathon and I wanted to show that trick.
Ask Ranger.
We normally wouldn't try too much.
You've collected all 10 challenge shields, which means
I get to go to the bean
I get to go to the bean bonus room. And I'm going to do
Nice.
some
Bean.
glitches here.
This is the bean
I practice the
bonus
glitches a
room.
bit. I don't do those glitches normally.
collect as many
But,
goodies
Yeah,
Uh,
they're
we-
super
before the
useless
time
glitches.
runs
We
out.
can do some surprise guests in the... Oh, first try. So, look what happened. Ron got invited to the bean bonus room as well. What is
Collect as
going on
many
here?
goodies as you can
And he's
before the
using
time
his
runs
jogger
out.
techniques to warm up for this. And what? We are back with Hermie again? Oh no, what's going on?
Wow. This is the bean
It's Hermie again?
bonus room.
Wait, she just got here. What is going on?
Collect as many goodies as you can before the time runs
The
out.
bean
And
bonus
she's
room.
stuck on Ron, and she's on his head. Okay, let's do some bean collecting because everybody's here for the beans, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
So this is this room is designed to annoy children who want to collect everything, but they can't because there's a time limit. But if you beat the game 100%, you can have unlimited time in this room, which is awesome,
Best part of my childhood.
and it's worth it.
Also, like, as a fun fact, he just jumped into the triggers to get Ron and Hermione back in here again. And the same trigger, if you jump into it in Ron's bean bonus room, you actually get teleported out of the bean bonus room.
So it's
For some reason,
useful
it's only
speed
works for Ron. Yeah, it is used in a different category.
Yeah, normally we wouldn't go here on a run. It's just for the marathon. But
Just to show off.
you can see those blue things called cauldron cakes. We can collect those, and we need to collect those for Hundo and another category called all requirements.
Also, Hermione gets way more cauldron cakes than everybody else. Harry's bean bonus room has like a lot less cauldron cakes, and Ron's has none. So that's kind of unfair.
Yeah, I'm just messing around in the bean bonus room. You can see what it is. I think it's the best bean bonus room because it HP2 had one as well, and it was not the greatest in my opinion.
There you are. How was it?
And Ron just randomly appearing. It's great.
It's dragons now.
Oh wait, you were expecting me. Let me just pop up.
Roaring. Burn down the
And
village,
another great
says
meme is
dragon.
coming.
No.
Oh,
It's
Quidditch,
just a
yeah.
very small trans-
Don't lose time on Quidditch, please.
Oh,
Oh,
shame.
shame.
You can have another go at the challenge.
And
that
also we have a
yeah.
cutscene which is a split on my live split, and it's only a cutscene, and I always wonder if I lose time in that.
Even though the following morning was stormy and fun, Harry was excited to be playing in the first Quidditch
Having fun
match
yet
of
playing
the
Quidditch?
Yeah, it's great. It's the best Quidditch in the games because you don't have to play.
Yeah, like what we kind of figured out is that they don't or didn't include Quidditch in this game because Quidditch World Cup, which is a separate game, came out the same year. So they probably just didn't want two games with
Or
Quidditch
they were
in them.
just
so
lazy,
it doesn't count.
probably. The fun
Yeah,
fact
maybe
is that
that's
I run Quidditch World Cup, the other game that we talked about, and it's a meme run basically.
He played brilliant.
I submitted
Yeah,
to Valuethon as well, but we had enough memes. The mentors are attacking. Oh no,
Yeah. HD Dementors.
HD. Yeah, really high resolution, the mentors.
Now, we obviously can't bring a real Dementor into the castle. so
We're going to
we'll make
learn
do
the
with
famous
Boggle.
spell from the book and from the film.
Which in your case, Harry, is fear in the form
I didn't
of a
admit
Dementor.
anything.
First, we'll practice on a target. Aim your wand at the target. Then, hold down the left mouse button to build the spell's power. You'll see a ring of light.
It's
Move up your
basically a
arm.
weird spell
When
because you have to
perfect
hold it
last,
for a while.
You must release the spell.
Unlike the
just
other
as ring
spells.
passes over your wand. Give it a
It's
try.
really annoying.
The incantation
It is
for
because
Doesn't it
it's yeah.
is expecto
You want to
You
release
try
it
to-
as quick as possible, and it's hard to
Yeah.
find the sweet spot where you can actually release it. I usually play it pretty safe because you can't lose too much time if you get the cast. But if you're a high level runner like racing for top 3, you have to do it very optimized.
This part is pretty much an auto-scroller as well.
There are no
You don't really
skeletons
do
in
much.
HP Universe. Yeah, good job. None at all.
Especially not in this game. That would be stupid.
Also, Lupin just said that he can bring Dementors, but Harry thought that was a Dementor. Interestingly. Harry is not really bright in this game.
Nope.
In this case, Boggart.
He's a difficult kid.
Creature's presence will likely keep you moving. Cast a perfect Patronus at a Boggart to disable it. Make perfect casts at each Boggart in the area before the spell has time to wear off.
Expected explosion! Expected explosion!
Lupin is a really nice teacher for that trap. That's how you teach stuff to people. Just
Yeah, that's what you
letting
want
them
in your
fall down.
school. Just a trapdoor. That's pretty normal.
Yep.
Oh,
And Harry has like really strong legs to not die from that fall.
yeah, this is actually a really painful part of the run. Because this is a place where we can softlock. What is happening? Book just got stuck there. Of course, it has to happen on the marathon.
Yeah.
And more
I'm not
books got
supposed to
stuck
be there.
there, I think.
That happens sometimes, it's really weird.
Carpe retractor! Carpe retractor!
Okay, let's hope you don't softlock. We will see.
Yeah, I hit the trigger there, actually. And I think I didn't softlock. Yeah, Hermes in
Right.
there.
Yeah, that's another example of how lazy the developers were when they placed the triggers, because
Oh, no.
the trigger to like open the door and spawn Hermione behind the door is just in the air, and we can do it with our carpet strats. We can just swing into it.
You
Another
could
turn
see
cast
another
here, by the way.
example of turn casting, by the way, at that iron gate that we normally should open. But thankfully, we don't have to.
Yeah, you would
Thanks,
have to kill
Nemo.
all the imps. That's annoying.
That was a weird angle. I usually get turned slightly to the left, but not like completely.
Yeah, it depends on how fast you skip the cutscene before.
Really?
Glacius is useful for freezing a number of things, Harry.
I'm learning. Another sweet
With an Amazonian salamander.
memory from my childhood is coming up called Glacius.
It's probably, if you play it casually, the best level in the game. It's really fun, but after you've done speedruns of it, it's kind of the lamest because there are not that many tricks.
Also, it's not really hard, apart
Yeah.
from a few things.
But it has good memes, like the next cutscene.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would just stop talking at this point because
Here's the best bit.
I wasn't quick enough. But apparently it's solid ice.
Just use
Harry knows all kinds of ice.
keys to turn.
One of them
Yeah,
is
I
solid.
prefer liquid ice.
Yeah, liquid ice is much better.
Arrow to go faster, and the down arrow.
Pixel commentating, is this run dead?
I'll see you.
It's
Nice
dead.
memes.
Yeah, we are basically holding forward all the time, apart from a few sections in the game. These salamanders can be really buggy sometimes.
They used to crash my game, actually. When I started out running this, like every time I saw a salamander, I was afraid that my game crashes.
Never happened to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that
Probably
happened. It was
your
probably
game
my
version
fault.
was corrupt or something.
Yeah, probably.
It's not much to see here. We're collecting shields. There is a legendary shield here that ruined my childhood, which is, you will see, the final shield basically.
It is moving basically, and it's really hard to collect it. If you don't know like the setup for it, you will not get it probably. And it killed so many 100% runs.
It's designed for speedrunners.
Probably.
Just to make this level more interesting.
Yeah, same for me, Frank. I would be disappointed if I don't beat my PB on a marathon.
Yeah, beating PBs on marathon is a high probability.
Yep.
It's a kind of currency, the beans and the pumpkins and the cauldron cakes. Why are they not coming out?
So that is pretty much the only big skip in Glaciers.
I got this.
Nice. It's also like using the momentum of the platform that's coming up.
Kind of
but it's
similar
kind of
to
more
what we've
difficult.
seen in Carper. Oh no, that was unfair.
The only problem with that skip is if you jump down too early you die because the death zone is pretty high up, and if you jump off the platform too late you won't make the jump. So the timing is actually kinda hard to do for that one. And we're on the final slide, finally.
Yes. Until you learn the timing, the bridge skip, it can be, the skip that we just seen can be really difficult. You lose a lot of time if you fail it. Let's slow down. This is the only place where we need to slow down on the slides, by the way. So I don't know why I had so much problem with this as a kid. This is the infamous shield I was talking about earlier, and it's hard to hit it if you're quick.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like in the middle, but since we always press forward and go super fast on the slides, it's on a really weird side. But I guess it's easier to get it casually. If you're a bit slower, it should be on a better cycle.
Shields, and you'll get to go to the bean bonus room.
Thanks, Professor Flitwick. I'll be back.
He'll be back. Not really on this run, but probably.
You can freeze things now.
I can slide everywhere. Oh, wicked! And salamanders
Wicked.
the size of Hagrid.
The blue or the scarlet variety?
Yeah, all the cutscenes are great.
Doesn't really matter, I suppose.
You can have another go at the Glaciers Challenge if you want, Harry.
You can have another
Come
go.
back later.
We basically entered the end game now, story-wise.
Despite the dangerous
Yeah,
visitor
if you know the
lurking
HP3
around
story,
Hogwarts,
now
Harry
is where the
insisted
action
on going
happens,
to the
basically.
Spoilers.
He was anxious to hear the outcome of Buckbeak's trial.
True, if you don't want to get spoiled, then yeah, don't watch, I guess. But I assume everybody knows the HP3 story by now.
Poor Hagrid. They've carried
Harry
out
can
the
start his own
execution.
Bob team after this challenge.
Scabbers!
See, Ron, Crookshanks was innocent.
The end game.
No worries, the end game is actually pretty long. But it is like story-wise in the end game.
Yeah. To make the game longer, they did finals, which is the same spell challenges, but different challenges, obviously, for the same spells. Murder Wolf.
If that dog can get in, we can.
That is perfect logic. If that dog can get in, we can.
Yeah, Harry's smart. He knows how logic works.
Did you hear something?
Oh wait, there are skeletons in this game?
Oh,
Who would have thought?
that's a plot twist. And we have to
They
wait
don't
for
really-
Hermione to cast, which is not the most rewarding of experiences. She's usually
if
slow.
you want to go really fast, you kinda let go of the spell before her sign even a... But it's like
We don't.
super dumb and
We
risky.
are kind of rude and we don't let Hermione on the stairs. I'm blocking the path. She has to fight the skeletons alone. Very spooky level. I'm sorry if the stream is not age restricted.
Yeah, I was spooked as a child from the section.
Kinda is. If you're 5.
I think I was like 10 when I played this. But still, it's scary, man. Yeah, the main theme of Willow is just defeating skeletons.
Yeah, the main theme of this level is Hermie's slow.
Yeah, and now Harry and Hermione split up, which is really unfortunate.
Having AI controlled stuff in speedruns is always fun.
Yeah.
Let's take the next game, HP4. Oh no, how did I miss that? I was literally on it.
Please don't take HP4, it's a terrible game. Oh, that was weird, yeah. Also, dragon controls are terrible.
Yeah.
It has like a hitbox that's twice as big as the dragon, at least it feels like it. And like it's also Flappy Bird. You can only fly up or get down by time, so it's kind of bad to control.
Yeah, especially in the finals, you will see how horrible it can be.
Yep.
It might look like I'm doing it for the first time, but I actually don't. I promise.
Getting stuck with a dragon always happens at some point. It's hard to get it without it.
It's great to see top level runners do the same as well. It's just a bad mechanic.
Also, it was really fortunate that Harry fell into like the corridor that has a glacier slide, and Hermione got the
How
dragon statue.
convenient.
Yeah, really convenient. They just learned those spells.
And they tell you that you can't use knowledge that you learn in school. That's a lie.
Yeah, Hogwarts is a really practical school.
Preparing you for mortal danger. Kinda don't want Harry to climb on those stairs here.
That's how it is in the movies. Yeah, sure. I remember the glacier slides and dragon statues. Favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, they were breathing the stairs all the time in the movie.
Yeah, that
I
as well.
agree. And now we have another great cutscene, which is the plot of HP3 in 1 minute. This is
Pretty
the
much,
quickest plot dropping you've ever seen, probably.
It's not a dog.
It's
The
also
film
good.
is quick, but this one is like another level.
Yeah, true. It's not a dog, by the way.
Even the book is quick at
There's no need to be
telling you
afraid.
the plot here.
Sirius Black is not what you think he is. And Scabbers, he's not a rat. He's a wizard by the name of Peter Pettigrew.
Did you know that he's not a rat?
Did you know he can explain?
No, really?
I can explain.
Pettigrews and animagus. It wasn't Sirius Black who betrayed your parents, Harry. It was Pettigrew.
And now it might get loud again because the mentors, they have like a separate voice, or not voice, but sound slider that we cannot really control. So they might be a bit louder, but I'm not sure.
You can actually do something called sniping here, which he's trying to cast at the Dementor that hasn't spawned yet. I haven't had the luck now. It was not the best position to cast that, but it's a nice
didn't
little
spawn.
goal if you do it. Usually. Oh no. I thought it was the second one for a second. We have actually two of those Dementor fights. The first one has 2 waves, as you've seen, and the second one has 3 waves.
You did it!
Perfect.
Careful now.
Right. Oh no! The door closed!
Well, there's
Yeah,
got
this
to be a way
mission
out.
is basically rescuing Buckbeak. And it has like some tricks to it. Also, the biggest wave of imps will come up soon that we have to fight in the whole game, and it's a really annoying one. But you can also get like really sick multi-kills there if you get lucky.
Let's hope we can do an imp glitch as well.
Oh yeah, true.
Probably not, but
Probably not.
let's pray for our Jesus together.
Does that help?
So yeah, to explain imp glitch maybe before it happens, or if it happens. Sometimes you only kill, let's say, 7 out of 8 imps, and it still counts as completed. We're not really sure why that happens, but if it happens, we take it.
That was decent. We didn't have the glitch, but it was alright.
Yeah, pretty nice fight.
You can fall out here, which is the most horrible thing that can happen to you at this level.
A lot of good that did. Now we're both stuck in here.
No. Why can't I get control of him?
Harry's not able to cast the Draconic Force. The next turn cast, or that's coming up right now, is actually interesting
I was
because
hit.
did you get it?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to like double cast. Oh, first try. That was pretty good. But we just use Hermione and cast edit because Hermione's spell matters once again. You're supposed to double cast after you open the door, and then once Hermione's spell hits, it would trigger. But since we are Hermione and then that turn cast, it also works, and we skip the double cast. And a really big long animation of the Spongify tile opening.
Yeah. Is this a new category, by the way? Valuethon percent? I think. One more of these great fights. I promise you this is the last Dementor fight.
Yeah, they're pretty much the lamest end boss ever. Because I've never seen anybody die through this. I don't even know if it's possible.
I see. I thought that I would hit that snipe, but nah. I guess my timing is a bit off on those snipes. It's just something you do and hope for some results.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 seconds if you get it. Did you save?
Finals.
Yeah, the big choke point is coming up now. The grand finals that Harry and Hermione have to do. And Carpal Final is like one of the hardest sections in the game. Because you have to get 3 swings perfectly in a row to get the cycle.
Go for the kill, Harry. That's much more fun.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Oh no, I guess I just reload the game.
Oh, it was unfortunate. Yeah, reloading here is still faster and trying it again. Because you try to catch a cycle that's about, I think it saves like 23 seconds or something. And if you don't catch that cycle, you lose 23 seconds. So reloading is definitely faster than just doing that. Oh no, it's not 23, it's like 15 or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of time.
We want to reach these, basically.
Yep. That was pretty well
these
done.
moving platforms.
Nice
That was a decent carpel. The first swing was alright as well. I just had a minor mistake.
Yep. Yeah, and all of those swings are actually not easy. You have to know what you're doing. if you messed up one, then you will not get the cycle, probably.
Probably looks easy, but I think it's not really that easy. Let's see if we can do this. This is the easier part, which I have problems with lately. Ooh! Oh, that was close. I forgot to end it in time.
Really close.
I tried to spam it. Come on.
If you would have fallen down there, that would mean like a 6 imp fight or something until you would be able to progress. And that's long as hell.
This is another nice skip that you can fail at the end of the run when you're nervous. Let's hope we don't have to see that. Oh no. I think I just reload again. Probably easier at this point.
So I can explain what the spread is. So you're basically supposed to go all the way around with the rabbit or the bunny. We skipped the first going around by letting it bounce on the Spongify tile, and the second one by jumping into the window and to the end, if everything works as planned. Okay, that's one of the jumps that you can mess up sometimes, even though it is easy, but it's a high pressure situation, because, yeah, you fail it, you don't have a second try.
Oh, for heaven's sake. This is the choke here.
No worries, it was a good run.
At least I can explain this trick. We are well within the estimate. So sorry for everyone who has to see this again, but the choke found me. I think we as speedrunners know the feeling.
It's pretty much the last big choke point in the run, and people rage quit on this trick in the past, including me.
It's really easy actually. It's one of those tricks that annoy you because of the positioning. We are basically done with the hard parts of the run.
First try again.
It was definitely first try. This is my first ever marathon run, like real run, so I'm a bit nervous, I guess it shows, but I hope you guys are having fun and enjoy this great game. This was the game of my childhood, basically.
Really good run until Cup of Transig final, but still a really good run. So yeah, that's kind of what we talked about earlier as well. Like sometimes you just cannot fly around those turns because the dragon gets stuck. Because his hitbox is like super big and much bigger than you would think.
Yeah, one of the best turns is coming up.
Yeah,
Right.
it is Flappy Bird pretty much.
Oh,
Mechanic.
that was actually really solid turning for me. I usually get stuck there and boosted up by these moving things. That was a good dragon flying. I wanted to do the yellow one. It's also annoying that you have to click exit final exam here, because sometimes we click replay final and that kills the run.
Yeah, I have a great clip of that.
First try.
Also, one thing. Hey, that's
another...
the second time we do leg jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how much leg you get, it's easier or harder, depending on your PC, kinda. But it's important to have the right angle and the right timing for the jump. And because for some reason, if you get down there, there's no depth zone, so he could walk on the ground there, pretty much out of bounds. and then just trigger the death zone that's a bit far more behind, and that spawns him like where we need to go, basically. It skips a slide, it's like 10-ish seconds.
This level is the most horribly designed one in all the game. Oh my god. Why did I?
Just one big fight.
Lots of fights with these creatures, which are called fire crabs, but they look nothing like crabs. That destroyed my childhood, basically. I mean, they are turtles, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, they're not really crabs.
They are included in HP2 as well, so you will see some of these creatures. The early edition, the beta version, basically.
Yeah, they look kind of the same, but they're a bit more polished in this game, I guess.
Which is not saying too much. They are still really bad, as you can see.
Also, there's like a known soft lock here. Sometimes after you push them in, some of them don't fall into the triggers. There's a fall in, and you don't progress, and there's
Never
nothing you
ever
can
had
do about
that.
it.
I'm always afraid of that.
I had that on like decently paced runs actually, and terrible.
That's really horrible.
It is a really rare soft lock though, to be quite honest, but if it happens, it's bad. Last big fight room of the run. I do have decently paced runs sometimes. It's not common, but it happens. Nice.
Yeah, I actually found the carpet this time.
Yeah, it always appears between the two chocolate frogs that spawn down there. But yeah, it's harder to get lost on the last stage. So after this is done, old Any% had to do like a bunch of stuff, had to do some mini games,
Lots of
collect
collectibles.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So we
And
called
you will
this
see
Any%, better Any% for a while.
Speak for yourself.
But there's a skip that gives us the final cutscene. I will shout time when it's time. We're standing here and not time apparently. Can't find the trigger apparently. Time.
Well done, all of you.
GG's, nice run.
Completed.
So yeah, a nice example of how lazy the devs are, because the trigger is just hanging in
That
the door
trigger
for some
was
reason.
so much in plain sight, and we haven't found it in for years. I mean, I haven't been in the community for years, but
Was truly courageous.
yeah, that's a world record in Valuethon percent right there. Nobody ever did this mix run. I guess we can watch the final cutscene. It's not too long, and we are still in the estimate.
Yeah.
Harry's face here is brilliant.
Carried him and his friends back
He's got
to
some swag
station. Harry
on that loading screen.
Professor Dumbledore had said.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Think the dead
He's like,
we love
ladies.
truly leave. You think that we don't recall them more clearly than ever?
Thanks for the GGs, by the way.
Times of great trouble. Your father is alive in you, Harry, and shows.
And thanks
himself
for
most
anybody who
clearly
donated to that
you
great
have
charity
none of
and made the Bean bonus room possible. Keep on watching this great marathon, because another Harry Potter run is coming up soon. I guess we can skip the credits. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really important in them.
Yeah. So thank you. Thanks for everyone who's been watching. It was a pleasure to run this game here at Valuethon, and enjoy Valuethon 6. See you.
Okay.